There is this concept of smart city. I'm sure you've heard about it. It's a very well-heard common theme now. So smart city, some talk a lot about the technology behind it. Some are also criticizing the concept and say it's too much tech-centric and tech-focused. So now I hear a lot about the concept of human cities, basically replacing humans, the urban dwellers, at the center of the cities, rather than having the smart approach. All of that goes around the concept of livable city. I'm sure you've heard the term as well. It's a term that is coined by many consultancy firms, but I don't like it that much because livable city for me is very much oriented around the efficiency and how the city is working. So it's still a very dry concept, the same way criticizers of the smart city say it's very tech-oriented. Let me put something else on the table that I'm going to use for the United Nations UNESCAP Sustainable Cities of the Future in Asia and the Pacific region, which is the report that I'm co-writing with my colleagues right now. What about the term lovable city? Lovable city for me would be a city that is livable, but also that can be liked by the citizens. So it would include several dimensions. First would be the dimension of equity. It's a city where you have a sort of sense of equity between its inhabitants. Sense of equity in terms of the poverty, but also accessibility, access to mobility and to services. This is very important. The second one that is missing is the greenery. We talk a lot about the percentage of green spaces or public spaces, but again, this is very much in terms of efficiency. Greenery brings, and it's proven, a sense of well-being and wellness. So this is also very important. The third one that I firmly believe in is the sense of identity. Look, we all know the world is global and you see the same patterns in urbanization and urban planning all across the world. But what if we could give a sense of identity to a city, right? You don't behave the same way in one city the way you behave in another city. So that's the sense of identity. With those three broader values, I believe we can define and analyze city in a different way. And that's exactly what we're going to try to do in the UNESCAP report on sustainable cities for the future. I believe that going beyond just the future of operations in a city, the future of how the mobility works and how the patterns of urban transport work, but going beyond in terms of wellness and well-being, help us go beyond that and give a broader perspective on how we want our cities to be.